Dewey's fully maxed. Lil Pete, you been buffing Dewey? Oof. Welcome. Let's see here. Take a moment here. We're just going to make sure everything's working just exactly right. Yeah, this is the end of an era, Bugs. Last day without the carriers in the game. Let's see here. There. I think we got everything working just exactly right. Got American Made, Rick Brick, IJN Fuso, David Gray's in the house, GJ, Josh, Nanotechniker, Lil Pete, Plane Fixer, what up? We got Jake. Let's see, we got PR. We got Bugs, what's going on? Victor. We got Thoughtful. Thoroughly disliked your title. Hey Don, how you doing? Don't like to be reminded, yeah. It's my Dewey and I'll buff it. Hey Damien. Got Cheetah. Hey Alex, can't wait. I'm gonna get Shukaku. Got everything ready to roll. Hey Rudy. You're my biggest pan. Britannica. Got Boots in the house. Albert, Myron, what's going on? Got Nick, Buck, Jeremy. Like the Duca. Yeah, we could check out the Duca. You know what we were thinking about? I was just talking to Hive. I was like, hey, let's think about this for a second here. So we're playing that match against the Russians, right? And we got kind of thoroughly handed to us. But I'm thinking, you know, how I was more evaluating it from, did the stream itself work? Did how we set up the games work? Basically what they're doing, they got their PlayStation party, the three of them in an audio channel that obviously we don't have access to. The three, Hive, myself, Chili, we're on Discord chat because we can't do. We tried to set up a PlayStation party ahead of time. It was an echoing from my controller. Couldn't figure out how to fix it. So we're just like, let's just go to the Discord chat. We got to do that anyways to talk to these guys. So they got their party on the PlayStation. We got our party on the Discord, which they have access to, the Battleship player. And then he was sitting in the party during the countdown, and then he mutes his mic during the countdown, or after, you know, once the game starts. And we were just operating under the assumption that we're now communicating with just the three of us. But then I'm sitting here this morning saying, hold up here. When I mute my mic to like talk to chat or whatever, I can still hear the other guys in the party. So I asked Hive, what did he have access to the audio the entire time? I think we're playing with a hot mic, so I think we got to work on that setup a little bit. I mean, from getting into the games, it worked really well. I think pretty much we had the one game where we're all on the same team, which was cool. But I think we were batting pretty close to 100% in terms of getting both the divisions in the same game. But in terms of fair gameplay, I'm pretty sure they could hear what we were saying and we couldn't hear what they're saying. So I don't know. I think we got to work on that for next time. First Storm, what's going on? I believe it'll be better or worse with carriers. I'm going to take a wait and see approach. I really don't. I'm having a hard time imagining what they're bringing to the game that's good, though. But we'll see. The test event was a little unusual. You like Beepley and the Wichita? Saying the Russians cheated. I don't know if I would call it that. I'm just saying I'm pretty sure they could hear us, you know. I mean, they for sure had access to what we're saying. Now, whether he was turning it on or off, you know, maybe he muted the computer or whatever, that's entirely possible. I have no idea. I'm just saying they had a mic into our comms and we didn't have a mic into their comms. So, I don't know. I think we got to tweak the format. This would all be much easier whenever they do training rooms, you know. Gonna get gearing? Yeah, I'm working on that in Conqueror. Clans, yeah. Clans go along with the training room. I know Tikana, the main man the community guy with Wargaming, he's pushing it. He's like the biggest proponent. He was a competitive player at World of Warships on the PC, you know, was in the tournaments and stuff. What's up, Shrimp? Netflix doc, Icarus? No. Do a rematch in an arena? Yeah, we just got to figure out how to set up the games fairly. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I thought overall I liked the concept a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun, but we got to figure out how to have a truly even playing field, you know. After that legendary gave me Switch Shabiros last night. See CVs from other nations. Well, before the end of the year, who knows? Wouldn't surprise me. What are the nations on the PC that have carriers? It's Germany, America, Japan. Did the Brits? I think the Brits probably do. CV is going to kill everything? Nah, we'll find out. I'm assuming they're taking baby steps, hopefully, when they're putting these in there. I mean, when they put them in the test event, they were tuned about as low as you could go before they become completely worthless, you know. Hey, Alan. What's up, Viper? Yeah, England. Yeah, I think there's 4 that have the carriers, I want to say. I don't know. I mean, what are they really adding, in my opinion? They're taking out a huge... They're reducing the role of the concealment / spotting dramatically, which I think is a good part of the game. So I don't see how that's a positive. And then it's a class that can effectively park in the back of the map, deal damage without taking damage until very, very late in the game. So it's inherently unbalanced from that perspective. So I don't know where the positives are. People say, oh, it'll lessen the importance of destroyers. The destroyers are too overtuned right now, or it'll punish battleships that are sitting in the back. But that's the mentality I'm worried about. You know, we're going to have destroyers on our team going straight for the carriers the entire game, probably dying on the way over there, maybe getting them, and then cool, you're down a carrier. But in the meantime, how many bases have you captured when you're going all the way around the edge of the map to get to the carrier? Oh, you haven't captured any bases? Okay, well, that's bad destroyer play then. So we're increasing the odds we're going to get bad destroyer play and then punishing battleships. It's the same idea as the destroyers who punish the backline Betty battleships right now. How does that help your team win the game? Oh, it doesn't. Okay, so now we're going to have more likelihood of the worst plays you can make in the game using the destroyers for anything but scoring the points and focusing on battleships that are parked on the moon. So I don't see how that's going to improve the game. But who knows? We'll see what happens. Save the commander container for today. No, because basically whenever you get a container, the contents are already determined at that point in time. So because you get the container today, there would be no chance for those commanders. Now, if you don't get the container today, you get it tomorrow, then assuming you have all the other commanders, then you'd pretty much be guaranteed to have one of the new ones. So you can hold off on that if you'd like, from that perspective. But if you get the container in, like this thing right here, let's say this was a commander container, because I have it today, pre-update, it would be 0% chance for the carrier guys. They replace one of the 5 battleships every match, could be good. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Everything that I'm saying, obviously, we haven't seen the carriers into the game. We just saw them in the test event, but they're coming in differently. So it's all speculation at this point in time. I'm hoping they did a good job balancing them. Only positive you see it makes easier for destroyers to be spotted. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's just... Who's going to be capturing the bases when all the destroyers are dead in the first 5 minutes? You know, the destroyers already have a real hard time staying alive. The vast majority of the destroyers are dying in the first third of the game. So now we're just upping the probability of that occurring. And then that's somehow an improvement to the game. I don't know. Maybe it will improve the game. We'll find out. But right now, once the destroyers die on a team in domination mode, a lot of times the players just stop playing the caps at that point in time. They're just like, well, I'm not capturing the base. I'm a cruiser. So then potentially we have even more people relying on killing all the ships in a domination mode, which is a losing strategy. People are already having a really... It takes a long time, you know, it takes thousands of games before you can really solidify your thinking in this game. And it continues to improve. You know, I played 10,000 plus games. I still got a long way to go in improving my strategic thinking and everything like that. So, I don't know. The way I'm reading it, I'm seeing the bad habits probably being reinforced by the carriers more than the good habits. What if there are CVs in ranked? I would expect them to be. I don't know. How does it work on the PC? Maybe they don't have them ranked in the PC. Everyone needs to learn to cap, yeah. That would be a good development. CVs won't spot DDs, yeah. That's, I mean, yeah, that's a big part of it. There's no indication in this game for anyone not going outside of the game to learn about it that spotting is really a positive. People ask me a lot what I mean by spotting, and I don't have any problem answering that question because it's important that the players learn. But my takeaway is there's a huge number of players that don't even really understand the concept, which is, you know, tough to be on the same page. Oleg sticker ship. Yeah, I don't know if I could set it up differently, but none of that, none of the campaign merge shipped until the campaign was actually over. So I think if we ever do something like that again, I'll have to figure out how to fix that. But appreciate your patience. Yeah, it should be coming. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not here to just trash the carriers until we actually see them in action, but they're making me a lot more nervous than they were. Visible ribbons for spotting, yeah, or even just a little counter up in the corner there that goes up. Just something that people would get curious about. What is that? And then they might take 2 minutes to figure out what it is, and then spotting, okay. That's an interesting concept. I thought the purpose of this game was just to ram the closest ship. Maybe I should look into something, the mechanics a little bit deeper. Let's see. It's not really easy for an Oleg to kill a Kaiser. Why the fuck? We got a tier 1 on that team. Oops. There he goes. Alright, let's try and get this guy out of here. I mean, usually the benefits of the carriers stated from the people that are trying to come up with a good reason to have them is, oh, it'll prevent bad play X. You know, battleships camping in the back, ships going off by themselves, not playing with the team, whatever. But I just don't know if the proposed remedy is actually the best way to deal with that sort of stuff. I don't think we're going to be alive for much longer here. We got a busted steering gear. Which means we can't dodge the torps, so if this guy launches torps, we gotta dodge via changing the speed. Alright. I'm fine if we die, as long as we kill this fucking thing. I mean... Oh, shit. Alright. Road to hell is paved with good intentions, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't view the carriers as a remedy to any problems. The remedy is better education, which is Wargaming's responsibility to explain how to play the game. You know, myself and others do their best to teach people, but a lot of people aren't looking on YouTube for how to play the game, so it should be contained within the information on the game. What's up, Jack? Russians gave me a hard time. Yeah, we were talking about that a minute ago. We realized this morning that they had a hot mic into our party the entire time. Whether they utilize that or not, I have no idea. But it was a fun match regardless. I mean, it was definitely one-sided in the result. But we'll do it again. We just got to figure out how to... I don't know. I would be very pleased. It would help me with my member streams, which we just had last night. You know, the training rooms, if we get that, the member streams will work flawlessly. And then stuff like this, we could just set up the game without having to coordinate. The fact that we have to coordinate means that we have to basically talk to each other in real time, and how we do that without having a possible competitive advantage for one side or the other, I don't know yet. We got to figure that out. But nonetheless, they definitely won round one. Let's see if we can get some Hegons. We all know what CV's do on PC. They screwed up. Nah, I don't know. I give this team the benefit of the doubt. I think they've been balancing this game better than the PC game from what I've seen. But I've never played the PC version, so I can only say that as an outside observer. Should go work for Wargaming. Yeah, that's part of the reason I don't use comms with randoms. I tried it with World of Tanks for several thousand games, and like me getting mad at my teammates is the primary reason. I don't want to yell at random people on that are just trying to play the game. I got a hard time controlling myself sometimes. So that's the main reason I don't use the comms, but in general, finding like useful communications on the other end of the radio easier said than done a lot of times as well, so I don't know. It's a very bizarre group of players that play the game. I mean, you know, whenever you get into a game that there's a lot of people actually trying to win the game and they understand like basic strategy and the rules and stuff, then the games are extremely fun, you know. And you can get a level of depth that you can't with a lot of other games. But then when you get goofball central, then it kind of goes the opposite direction. Like Call of Duty, if I have a 50 kill, 2 death game, you know, he gone. I could win that game for the team / myself, you know. I can't win. We had a 1v9 attempt on, what was it, Friday, and I think I killed one of them. You know, so you should win a 1v9 about 1 every 10,000 times it happens. That's how the game is designed. I think you've only been in a couple games with the people who are saying important stuff. I mean, I can remember this one session. I think I told you guys about this before, but there was one session relatively early in my World of Tank days where I'd gotten to be decent. You know, I wasn't all right. I was probably like a green level player at the time. And then I wound up in a comm with this guy from the UK, and we played together for a couple hours, and it was, you know, I mean, I still remember that over most of the sessions just because of how fun it was. But other than that, I mean, I don't ever remember the comms being a good thing besides that. Alright, getting a little risky here, but what the hell? Oh, wow. Thought we could... This Ishizuki. In the past, I don't remember it ever being that well armored, but the last 2 times I've shot at it, it's done well. Alright, let's see if we can get this Smith. Captain Dan. Ripped him for about half his health. We'll take that. What's better, Yami or Conqueror? I mean, I'd probably the Conqueror unless they changed it. Yamato right now is extremely strong. I think the more and more ships that come out, the less of an advantage it's going to have. Because there's just going to be more and more ships that can wreck that. I mean, the Yamato's always going to be able to wreck everything it shoots at, but its kind of main weakness is its survivability, and that's going to just continue to go down as legendary tier becomes more and more fleshed out, so... It's dropped 18 mil on the Megami. I'm interested in the campaign ship. I'd be interested in it more if they would put the EOP on that line. And he's not looking at me. Oh shit. Just gonna keep these guns here. I think this guy should be spotted. Come on. There he is. Should get him. There you go. Enemy destroyer sunk. Our victory is in sight. Alright, their Arkansas just got nuked, so that should be the end of this one. Conquer much better? Yeah, I mean, it's... You know, I only played it 10, 20 games, whatever, when we had it as a test ship, but it seemed pretty damn good. And a lot of people were making the case that it was, like, too strong. They were making the case it was the best ship in the game. I mean, I didn't play it quite that much to get to that point to say that, but I wasn't shocked by these claims, let's just put it that way. Alright, so let me figure out what we gotta do for the campaign here, since this is the last day. Yeah, I still gotta take a bunch of potential damage. God, I'm getting sick of that. Alright, well, we'll just play battleships till we get this thing done with. Let's try the Gulio. Fantastic and terrible, top notch. Yeah, they're good. I mean, the people that are good at the French destroyers, I mean, those are, you got to be pretty damn afraid of them. When cruisers aren't shooting at DDs, what's their job? I mean, the cruisers, if you want to conceive of this game as a strategy game, you have your destroyers that are supposed to be in the middle of the map, scoring the points, spotting the enemy ships. Cruisers are there to support the destroyers. Battleships are there to support the cruisers, basically. So, how you go about doing that evolves, you know, moment to moment. But, you know, the baseline understanding that a brand new player has in this game is, what should I be doing? It's always shoot battleships. That's every single, you know, new players just shoot battleships. That's the only one they think they can hit. They think they're the most important pieces because they're big. So as your understanding evolves, you'll start to figure out, oh, okay, this is something more important than trying to burn down this battleship sitting on the moon in the back. Kill the other cruisers, kill the destroyers, get map control, move around, trying to get, you know, more of the map that the enemy can't really freely move through. But cruisers are kind of designed to kill the destroyers, so whenever possible, that should be first and foremost. Ochakov, printing Krakens with Ochakov. Yeah, we started to see him a lot last night. Saw a few good efforts. Alright. I keep trying to make this turn. Every single time I get ripped. Alright. Come on. Alright. The Kirov's broadside of the Texas. Get him! There we go. Now you can die in peace. Jesus. Alright. Gotta push this Krasny and get him off the board, that'd be ideal. fuck still wants to shoot me, huh? Alright. Not much we can do about that. We'll be alright here. If we can get C, we got the destroyers dead. We've got them backed up basically in their spawn, so... Then we can just kind of work on removing team HP once we've established the scoring lead. This fucking Texas, man. I don't think he wants me around. I'm just gonna let him go that way. Iron Duke just shot. I think. Hopefully that wasn't a secondary. I'm gonna try and turn here. Maybe it was a secondary. This could be the end of the game if it was. Shit. Oh, we had the HE loaded. Alright. That was lucky. We didn't get B, but we got pretty good control here. Danae pushing a Texas. Place your bets. No. This destroyer's 2 feet from the base. Just get on it, man. There you go. Okay. If you go for the suicide torp and you don't kill him, you've committed suicide. That's why it's called suicide torps. So basically I gotta kill that Texas, which I think I can do. Then we can keep the Krasny from getting on C. Let's see if we get the capture. Whew! Nice. Alright, so if we sit here, that'll pin C, right? They gotta move broadside to us to get into C. I'm hoping these guys kill the Ganget before... Well, fuck. It's just a cruiser and destroyers. So I would like to just sit here and guard this, but... Shit. Fuck! Not expecting him to come around that quick. And he fucking killed the destroyer. Son of a bitch. Phoenix, why are we closing in on a Ganget? Very dangerous. He even hit the torp and he still didn't get him. Fuck, that sucks. Well, I thought we had a decent setup there. It just clearly wasn't gonna work out in the end, but whatever. I died, yeah. Yeah, the Gulio, if we could look at the armor, I mean, it's not a ship that wants to get into a Joe Frazier versus George Foreman slugfest. Yeah, I'll try one more tier 4 and then we'll move on with our lives. You gone? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that probably... I don't know if that was a dev strike or not. I think we were sitting just shy of half our health. Widespreads from the Phoenix, whatever. Just getting creative. You always got to remember they're not trying to win the match. Now that's a tier 3 game, so we're not going to give them too much shit. Hopefully they just, they're presumably mostly new players. Still trying to find their way. Can't fault them for that, of course. Alright, we got a Mine K's and a Mayhem. We got to be deathly afraid of the Mayhem. We should be able to outspot them. Battleship, what's going on? If you're under fire, shouldn't be using the rear turrets. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, if you're new and you're trying to figure out what should we do in the Phoenix, don't rush a battleship. The Phoenix can get absolutely destroyed. This mentality of torps are my go-to play. That's kind of the hallmark of new players. And it's, also the hallmark of a very low win rate percentage type of a player. So you want to evolve beyond that. Like getting point blank range. I had someone comment on one of my videos within the last 2 days. I like to get up close. It helps the accuracy of the torps. Well, sure. It's a lot easier to hit a ship with the torps when you're right next to them, but it's extremely easy for them to kill you as a destroyer. We got the destroyer right there. Let's just figure out which one it is. I mean, the destroyers are far more valuable than the battleship that you're trying to one-shot. So if they're killing you to kill the battleship, it's usually a bad play, unless it's late in the game. So you want to try and avoid that. And same with the cruisers. Like, yeah, I can rush the battleship and hit them with torps potentially, but, you're pretty much guaranteed to die. Yeah, training rooms. We were talking about it earlier, Battleship. Could you, when we're playing on Discord chat, you were muting yourself, but could you still hear us when you're playing? Because when I mute my Discord chat when we're in the party, I can still hear Hive, I can still hear Chili. They just can't hear me. So I'm trying to figure out, how can we set up the game where that's not going on, we got to figure out how to... Training rooms would solve the problem. And we could just get into the game, load it up, and hit go, But as of right now, I don't know how we could get the game queued up and not have half the players have access to the other players' comms. There's got to be a way to do it. What's up, Dazzle? Alright, well, we got them boxed in here. We can push the base, potentially. We'll try and torp this guy. Whenever your team's shooting at someone, they're probably going to change directions, so... If you got 2 or 3 guys shooting a battleship, trying to torp them becomes less and less easy to do. Let's see. That might be right at the edge of his range. Oh no, that should kill him. Dead! Yeah, there's their destroyer. If they can kill that, should be the end of the game. Yeah, I don't know. We'll do a rematch here. We just gotta figure out how to set it up. Maybe could torp this guy. We'll see. Or just get on the base briefly, let them know we're here. See if we can get them to turn. Because right now they're not really protecting the base, but I don't want to get surrounded either. That guy might get zapped if he slowed down at all. Ooh, I think he's just got enough. Oh god, those things move fast. Jesus! Like right now, if the team kills the Pensacola, I don't see how these guys could... Well, Leander turn around, but... Like, the fact that he's moved here, he's going to have a hard time turning around to Dallas. We'll just muddy the waters here for the Leander. But yeah, if Pensacola rushes us right now, they can kill us. And again, we're on the base. We're stopping them from getting points right now, but I have zero intention of actually capturing this base. Leander's closing in. If the Torps miss him, or the Pensacola can... Once he moves north, we definitely have to disengage. Yeah, we'll do it again, Battleship, no doubt. That was a lot of fun. Alright, so... At this point in time, we're already in severe trouble. Bugs coming in. How about some Duca? Yes. I'm glad you reminded me. So I think you asked me last time. Now, you know, he dodged already. Now, he's either got sonar or he's playing with the idea that there's a destroyer over here who's just going to change course every little while. So that should be a good demonstration of why we're not... My play here isn't, I'm going to rush these cruisers and torp them. It's very, very hard to torp cruisers. Let's see, I think they can finish him off. I'm debating shooting here just to get the kill, but Pensacola's really close. Like, really, 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 really close. Thank you, Bugs. Appreciate that. But I think he might die here. Alright. Somehow the man still got away from there, but I don't think they can stop us. Counter espionage. Yeah, the training rooms, from my perspective, that would be the best improvement, but that's me as like a YouTube channel manager who would like to play with the members, would like to play with these tournaments. Yeah, the possibilities are endless, I agree. I think that would have been a much better addition to the game than carriers, personally, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Alright, so we can assume the Mayhem's... The Mayhem's either coming back to stop us from winning or he's not, but we're going to play like he is. Let's try and torp him. I think last time we saw him he had about half health, so I can just sit in the smoke and deal damage to him. But yeah, those battleships at this point in time, they're irrelevant to the outcome of the game, so we don't need to... These guys can shoot them if they want, the battleships up north, but we're just trying to zone that destroyer out of resetting the base here. Amazing for the community aspect, absolutely. Yeah, we can do a lot of cool things with the training rooms. Oops. Alright. Doesn't look like the Mayhem turned around quick enough. No, he's dead. Never mind. It's like he was killed up north. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, Santos. I mean, that during the test, I thought they were fine. I didn't see a point of having them, but I thought they were fine. But we'll just see how strong the buffs were. we're getting close to being done with this goofball campaign here. It's every campaign. Like, sometimes they'll have the capture the bases or whatever, and then everyone plays destroyer. This one we got this absorb damage. It's just, I don't want to play battleship this much. I don't think the battleships can have as much impact on the game, but gotta do this stupid mission, so guess we should play some battleships here. What do we have left? Premium supplies. We got 5. We'll play the Duca. And then we'll probably have to play some battleships at tier 7. Oops. I got Luigi on there. I don't want Luigi on there. Yeah, someone was asking me to test this thing again. I've tested this perk 20, 30, 40 times, whatever it is. Probably more than that. I think I was grinding the whole, like the tier 4, tier 5, I probably had this on there before I turned it off. I don't get it. So if I got Luigi on there, which I got for some of them, I'll just go a regular old AP build. Yeah, these Italian commanders, I don't really think they're that well thought out. And this whole Italian line is just kind of, something's off. Go on Shikaku or Lexington. I mean, I'll probably get them both, but I'm not, I don't know. I mean, the Japanese carriers in the test were better. We'll see. We'll find out. Play the Bismarck. Well, I did the Bismarck from my Bureau game earlier. Yeah, we'll just have to play some battleships to get that thing done. What's up, Denzo? No live Dewey buffing? Got Campione on there. Yeah, it's always an option. Usually from a cruiser perspective, the Dewey commanders, they tend to favor maneuverability and concealment, so both of those are pretty good for the Italians, so that's a viable build. Duca. Let's see what we got here. We got a destroyer playing the game. 2 of them. Why are you going away, dude? I mean, maybe he's thinking we gotta scout the west, but that's more B's, this guy's responsibility. Alright. I don't know. I mean, a lot of times the destroyer is splitting up's the right play, but... Oops. I think they got a destroyer over here. Nope. Alright. So we can get a read on what's going on by the resets. So we saw that resetted them pretty much the whole way. Same thing there. So we can be pretty sure there's... Well, now that we got a destroyer in there, it's harder to read it. But I don't think there's a destroyer on there. Once this guy got reset multiple times, then it went back down to 0. But now that he's on here, neither side is going to accumulate points, so that intelligence isn't as reliable. I think there's a destroyer there right now, though, in the middle. What? Fuck. Oh, fuck. What is going on with this aim? If he gets away, I'm going to be pretty... God damn it. Son of a bitch. That was not according to plan. It's not like he's got a heal or anything, but... Well, actually, he does have a heal. Fucking British. Man. There we go. First storm coming in hot. Used to be a corporal and air defense. Hope Wargaming equips all ships with stingers. Yeah, that'd be pretty. Modern Aegis air defense systems. I don't know. That's the other part we got to remember that we didn't have during the test. The ships themselves, the non-carriers, didn't have the counterplane mods. Now, it looked like we were going to be asked to give up a fair amount to get those mods going, but it's not necessarily the end of the world. I don't know. It's going to affect the balance for sure, but we'll see how good of a job they did on it. Thank you, Perstorm. Appreciate that. This guy's still here. Interesting. Man, are these in a division? Yeah. I was gonna say, that's... You don't usually see players playing that well together. Shit. Fuck. This thing has got to go down. Got a little greedy there. Hit these guns or not. Shit. It's too bad that that Devonshire didn't go down, because now we got the crossfire on us. I can't do anything here. I mean, pulling forward here, we should minimize that Devonshire. Well, fuck. He might have just turned into those torps. This guy's playing pretty well, so it's tough for us to deal with this guy. If he's angling, then we're going to have a hard time narrowing the damage gap. Fuck. He wants to get the AP in on us. Shit. Every single time we put the AP in, then he angles again. Get that fucking thing. Hit him. Jesus. These fucking Italian torps are so worthless. Thank you, Carlos. Check that in just a sec here. Fuck. Jesus. I feel like, how many times has our rudder been busted this game? Fuck, he's got more health now than when he started. He's giving it. Oof. We're out of territory here to run, so now he pops the smoke. I think he should have us right here. Did we win that? Oh, fuck. Got him. We'll take that as a consolation prize. Stream title almost made me cry. Oof. Yeah. It's a little bit hard, doesn't it? What do we got? 84 likes. We got 243 watching. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button. That was a good little duel there. He played well. He just got a little greedy. Very good job angling, though. That's a good demonstration of two cruisers angling against each other. But, unfortunately, you know, that's one of those things where he kind of forces us way out of position by doing that. So even though he lost the fight, overall, it's still a very effective play because we're nowhere near these caps, and we need the caps. Let's see. Looks like we're going to have to do it all over again here. Wait. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work this time. Try to get the AP going in case he turned. Fuck, what? Thought I had HE. Now he fucking turns. Look at those torps, man. I think he's already dodged them. Yeah, these are just distraction factors. Like, if I'm still alive shooting him, then he's got to dodge these as I'm shooting him. So I might get an extra salvo or two. I might force him to turn broadside to hit the AP shot, but if you're relying on these Italian torps to actually hit anything, I think they're completely fucking worthless. Oh, that was a pretty good game, I thought. Obviously not going to get the dub, but let's practice to hit the like before even joining chat. Yeah. It's a good strategy. These torps like paddle boats, yeah. Yeah, I think the slowest torps in the game are the Marbleheads, I want to say. But maybe these Italians are pushing it. Slightly mobile mines, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, it's basically, you know, it starts beeping on their screen, people get stressed out, they're like, oh shit, I gotta dodge torps, ah! And then they dodge it, but in the meantime, you've hit them once or twice, and hopefully they've flashed the broadside and you've zapped them with the Citadel. That's a pretty decent torp there. I think he's actually going to blast him. Hoo! Yeah. It just kind of comes down to, if we would have been even on caps here, this game could have been, you know, somewhat winnable. But even if we kill these 2 ships, well, there's one more off in Timbuktu, and they've been getting points after point. Forget they might still be in the water running, yeah. Alright. Just want to see the score of this game. Yeah, you might get them. See, now if we had 3 caps won the whole game, this would have been a win at this point. Good effort. But yeah, it's sometimes, you know, I mean, what is the kamikaze supposed to push these caps with 2 cruisers and a destroyer pushing them off? You know, there's only so much you can do. Actually, if he fucking dev strikes these guys. It ain't over. Ooh. Now it's over. Alright. That was kind of the last 2, but, you know, like I say, even though we got good scores there, decent game, but both their teams pushed both of us way into the north, and when you get pushed way into the edge of the map, it's pretty much over. So much better team strategy over here. Okay, well, let's see. Let's play some. Let's try this California. Now I adjusted the Sims build. We turned on the fire protection. Got that here. Let's see if this works a little bit better. Torqued a lot of things from the grave, yeah. It happens. Yeah, thank you, Carlos, per storm. Appreciate that, guys. I do want to give them shout outs to new members, too. It's tough for me to do that when we got divisions. But I think Prism Mike joined last stream, I want to say. We had Per Storm, Fandango, Boots re-upping, and the new members, Gross Richard and 84 West. Appreciate the becoming members, guys. If you are interested in becoming a member of the channel on YouTube, you can hit the join button next to the subscribe button down there, or there's a link in the description. Alright, what do we got? Tier 4, Tier 5. Just one destroyer. It's a T-61, so it's a dangerous one. Let's see if we can just kind of support this flank over here. Not a huge destroyer threat, so that lessens the pressure on us as a battleship. And if we just move right about Nya, then hopefully we get crossfires into the northern guys that are pushing these dudes. He's doesn't want to spot, doesn't want... This one destroyer would be glorious in the middle. That would be an excellent opportunity for this destroyer. Very powerful position. Taking the first 3 to 5 minutes to go over here and then turn back around. Not that profitable. Or if he never turns back around, then we're probably going to have a huge pressure on our base by that time. We got spotted. There's a pretty good chance that's just the destroyer, so I have to keep an eye on that. If he's behind this island in the middle currently, then we're in trouble. Because we can't really withstand a T-61 rush. Now he got spotted again. That means he's probably not here. I don't... Maybe he would be able to spot me there. I'm thinking it's more likely he's in this zone. Find out, though. Too early to tell still. Come on. There we go.
Enemy heavily damaged.
So we know this guy's not spotting us. This guy probably could. I'm still thinking the destroyer is probably in the area. Oh, could have been this guy the whole time. I don't know. Oof, guy's got to be low. There he is. So pretty much exactly where we thought he was. Whew. Come on. Fuck. I was just about to say, you don't want to assume that second one's going to run out of steam, because you could have pushed in. Which is precisely what happened. Oh, he turned out. Fuck. Oh, that was lucky. We'll take it. One shell hit him, and it happened to be a citadel. Alright, so where's our one destroyer? What has he been doing with his life? If we can clear this western side up, we got a lot of our team's weight over here, so if we can free up their imaginations to start thinking about something else, it's probably going to be the way to go. We don't have the destroyer currently spotting us, so we shouldn't be under immediate threat from him. Yeah, we never really got any crossfire shots of that team pushing south because they're just bungled up. They got some sort of gravitational influence over there. So the position we started off with, usually pretty strong, but they kind of shifted a lot of their resources this way, and we kind of responded by following that. See how these guys are doing. They're doing decent. Not really doing much damage, but... Let's see, where can we go? We're not doing much here. I don't want to necessarily leave the base at this point in time. Until we kill that destroyer, we gotta assume the base is vulnerable, you know? Oh. Hopefully they kill that Iron Duke without losing everyone over there. Nope. So I'm just assuming the destroyer is basically on that Emily. Which means this is going to be a very slow match, unfortunately, but it's alright. There he is. So I want to kill the cruiser to help our destroyer if possible.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Shit. This guy, he should have a smoke and he should be getting the fuck out of there. Do not smoke and sit there. Because Emily's already dodged your torps and now it's coming to kill you. Why are you still sitting there? You're going to gun it down? Ooh. Yeah, they just wiped out the whole fucking flank. If the Mayhan can stay alive, he can help with the T-61. If he doesn't, then we're probably going to die, which means they have an exposed route into here. These guys are never going to turn around and defend the base. But Emily, we can one-shot, and T-61, this guy can outgun.
The enemy team has taken the lead. Spotter returning to ship.
God, he smoked the entire gap, so now we have 0 options to scout over here for the next probably minute and a half. Why are we torping this thing? Jesus. I'm gonna try and send this Mayhan under there. I think that's the only chance. I could probably hold the base for long enough. If these guys are just sitting on the base, though, this thing can't capture it. Plane launch from here. That's interesting. Looks like the Emily went back around. Now we dropped spot, and now we're plane spotted, so the destroyer is not in the immediate vicinity. We gotta be worried about him being right about here, because then he can nuke us. But he was previously spotted going north. Interesting. So since we're down big on ships, we kind of have to attack the base, go all in on that. And the guy, our Mayhan's gonna need help with that. So we're just going to have to kind of play to abandon the base. Hope we kill the T-61 up north. Shit. Fuck, they just had a plane launch on the base. That's not good. If that battleship's just sitting on the base, I don't see how we could possibly win. Oh, it's a cruiser. That's even worse. Oh, the Budione. Mayhan can gun the Budione down at that health. Hopefully he realizes that. Just shoot him. Right here. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Shoot. There you go. Nice. Alright, we need to kill the Graf Spee. Man, these games have been tough today. T-61 should be turning around. If he's busy torping me, then I think... I don't know if that'll be enough time to capture still, but... Oh. His mile looks juicy, but he just angled. Graf Spee we definitely want to kill, though, if we can. Come on! There he is. He's trying to torp me. Now, hopefully, we want him to go back to our base. Shit. If the T-61 is dumb enough to get on our base, then we win, because nobody's going to reset that thing. If he goes up to reset the base, then they got a pretty good shot. Gotta get behind this island. I don't think I can do it. Oh, shit, he's going back. I don't think he's going to have enough time, though. If he gets bogged down trying to torp me, which I think he's a destroyer player, so he's probably going to try and torp me. Let's see if he hits. No, he got me. Fuck! Oh, I couldn't even get the shot off. Alright. Well, he's got to torp this gap. This guy's doing a decent job. Let's see, does the T-61 come up here? Probably. This gap would be much easier to torp. I think that's what he's torping. Yep, looks like it. He's going for both. I like the play. Alright, he's torped the gaps, then move this way. Just make sure you don't get spotted. And then challenge him. He's got to get on the base. So if the torps hit the destroyer, we win. If they don't, or he gets spotted and shot, then they obviously win. He might not have enough time to get up here, though. We only need about 20 more seconds. This could be a kind of a steal by this Mayhan if he pulls it off. And that was, he was on the same page we were when we were pinging get on the base. You know, you got to recognize when to attack. And this is one, you know, about 10% of the games attacking the base is going to be the way to go. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, he got it. Excellent. That's the difference right there. When your destroyer is paying attention, playing to win, steals the game. Excellent job. Dustless Jungle 6. The W goes to him. Pretty good match there, though. But you can see there, south center spawn, play the middle, much more interesting game. Rather than going all the way to the west, okay, we've already lost the west by the time we get there. Now we got to turn back around, go to the base. Oh, we've lost already by the time we get to the base. Very predictable south center spawn strategy. But excellent job there. That was good to see. If he was on PlayStation, I would send him a message saying, "What up?" All right, Willis Lee. Let me mark my sheet quick. Ooh, I think we got Lee boosted. Here we go. Oops. All right, excellent. Good to see the Mayhem clutching. Good destroyer players are alpha males. They're so essential to your team's success, and you can see right there, like if that destroyer does anything except for that play, that's a loss. That's the only play he could make to make it a win, and he did it. The T-61, I mean, he just got too bogged down trying to torp me, you know. Had he gone straight for the base instead of trying to sit there in the cloud trying to torp me, he got rid of me, which I was playing to win too. I was going to go back to the base to try and support the destroyer. I get that, but first things first, you got to reset the base and then go from there. All right, what are we doing? We got 500,000 more, 5 million more damage. Fuck. All right, I guess we'll have to play more battleships. Let's try a Jean Bart. How much doubloons would it cost to boost? I mean, for me, not much. I only got 4 or 5 levels left. Duck Flag Gang. The New Orleans Spartan. Who are you talking to? Denied! Alright, so we got 2 battleships on each wing. I'm going to try and play this middle spot here, which is not the easiest to get into. Is this legendary? No. Okay. Pick up your controller, please, Otago. Fuck, man. Roma? Yeah, we can maybe play Roma. T Spartan 43. Alright, I think we've gone... Oh, baby. Alright, we've gotten his attention, unfortunately.
À tous les bâtiments, concentrez le tir sur la cible.
Let's see if we can hit him. I want to get a little bit more forward. That Massachusetts was preventing me from doing that, but now he's not there, so... We'll see if he's paying attention to us still. But yeah, if we get just a little bit forward, then this thing should block our side here, and we don't have to worry about that flank. Why am I the only one shooting this thing? Nagato, we might be able to bomb on. Holy fuck, look at A. Thought our positioning was, or their positioning was bad. Alright, we got B and hopefully C, so it's not the end of the world. Let's see if Nagato can angle. I don't think. Oh, yeah, he can.
Stations requesting fire on the designated target. Set a smoke screen.
Set a smoke screen!
Set a smoke screen. Requesting assistance.
Shoot the fucking destroyer. That's the only thing you need to worry about. Holy fuck, Atlanta's going balls to the wall. Ah, there's the crossfire. Oh, now we're starting to see why giving up a flank isn't necessarily that advisable. Oh, fuck. Alright. This is going to be extremely hard all of a sudden. Shoot the fucking thing. My god. Jesus. Oh, fuck. They got an Atlanta over there, too. Looks like the weather is turning south. Wow, that's... Alright, I think when he dies, we should be unspotted. Nope. Who's causing us problems? Alright. Well, if we get C, I think we're still doing alright here. That unspotted destroyer has caused me a little bit of anxiety. I think he's down here, probably. I don't know. It could be the Cleveland spot, man. I'll just try and keep him out of B as long as possible here. Atlanta. He's on B. That's a problem. Come on, guys. Defend B. This is a tier 7 match. Pretend you fucking played this game for more than 5 minutes.
Alerte incendie. Merci mille fois.
Feel like we're conceding the game for no fucking reason. How much fucking control do these guys have on the fucking game? In the fucking Antarctic. Jesus. Well, we're gonna get torped now. You guys have C under your fucking control. Why is there 7? No, not 7 ships. 4 ships in there. Alright. Oh, this fucking Atlanta again. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I got the Venom. Whoops. If we can fuck this Cleveland up, I don't mind the Jean Bart dying here. Cleveland's making these guys afraid of doing what they need to do, I think.
Alerte incendie.
Come on.
Problème résolu, chef.
Jesus, kill these fucking battleships so we can try. This is so fucking frustrating. Jesus fucking Christ.
Sérieusement endommagé.
Let's see what the fuck is going on over here. Why is this taking 20 minutes to kill these things? Oh, you're trying to gun down a fucking Roma. That's your play? This guy finally killed this fucking guy after about 20 minutes. Destroyer up here? What the fuck is up here for a destroyer to do? Absolutely nothing. What is this fucking Leon doing up here? Come on, guys! Try and win the fucking game once in a while. Pathetic. Why are these guys in the fucking top tier of this game? They don't know what the fuck is going on. It's so unbelievable. Yeah, we'll see how the concealment works. I mean, that's my biggest fear post-update is that the concealment's going to be basically devalued, but we'll see. After that match, that was... I don't understand what is going on with these guys. Can you check your fucking maps once every 10 minutes? Just see if what you think you're supposed to be doing is actually what you should be doing. Such an angry player. That's a game that there's no reason we should have lost that game. There's zero fucking reason. But we take the fucking loss for no reason. It gets really fucking old.
Зададим им жару.
To exclude people from any tiers, elitism. How do you design the game? Do you design it for the people that are actually interested in it, play it for a long time, or you design it for the people that play it for an hour every couple of months? You know, like, that's who they're fucking designing the game for. Which really makes you wonder why the fuck you would waste your time playing a game that you know, it's not designed for you. Whatever. Loss from the left flank was abandoned. Our win percentage went way down by probably 20-25%. We basically countered it. Once we pulled forward on that island, cleared out the middle, and then repositioned to stop that mass pushing in, then more or less we kind of countered the problems over there. The match was thrown when we moved 70% of our fucking navy to the goddamn Arctic Circle to counter a battleship that had no shots on anyone. That's the play our team came up with. You cannot concede fucking caps and expect to win any games. That is such a bad strategy. But it's the go-to strategy for most of the people on your team. So every time you get them on your team, you're going to lose the fucking game. Yeah, I don't know, Dave. I don't know what the solution is. Making Tier 7 more accessible is not the answer. Like right now, there's no part of the game that you need to play 1,000 games to get into. And 1,000 games is really what it's going to take just to figure the shit out. Yeah, exactly. Playing Fixer. People playing Deathmatch and killing nothing. It's just, yeah, it's... I just think people don't understand what they should be trying to do. Like, I think most players, if they could figure it out, would actually try and win the game. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. Look at this fucking Akatsuki going around the cap. Like, alright, if you want to finish this guy off, cool. Let's see if he turns around and gets the cap after that. If he tries to torp this battleship, then I don't want him in a fucking Tier 7 match, because that's not what he should be doing. Are you gonna kill the... Alright. So we'll find out on Monday if carriers, you know, reduce the importance of destroyers to the point where these guys playing this way doesn't matter anymore, or it just makes it harder to win the game. Nice torp there, Yukikaze. Alright. Oh, he is actually turning around to go back into A. I don't know if it's just because he's running from that other destroyer or what, but... Here's the same problem, this red team. Look at this formation up here. This is the same dog shit that we were dealing with. It's not any more fun to play against this than it is to play with it, you know? Like, conceding the middle 3 caps and then just playing at the back of the map. You're probably not going to win the game. See here if this guy's shooting them or not. Hachikawa's like, alright, I'm just going to go in the middle here and just try and gun down 6 ships. Let's see how that works. People complain about you. People complain about everyone. People complain about what I do, no doubt. That's half the fun. You can't really worry. I mean, if you're trying to improve and you're trying to learn how to play the game, then that's all. It takes lots of games. It takes a lot of experience to get like pretty good at the game, you know. Nobody's ever going to expect a new player to be good right out of the gate. It's just a lot of these guys, they get the Udachi and then they play 2,000 games in a row at tier 7. Let's see where this fucker is. Whatever. Nothing you can do about it. I mean, like, these guys up here, if they're pushed into C rapidly and then they envelope B, they're flipping A right now. I mean, Red should win this game. Let's see, we got one more torp coming. God damn it. We got a 4v2 over here, and I feel like Red's got the advantage. Where are the gunshots? My god, what a fucking mess this game is. I'm seeing a fuck ton of torps. Let's see if they hit them. Yeah, I don't see it. It looks like a loss to me. What's up, Eli? How you doing? Oh, wow. Jean Bart. Oh, this guy stayed alive the whole game. That's a good play there, man. If they're going to concede the flank, you just push right through it, capture the base, then flank the middle. It's pretty textbook from him. I'm really surprised the guys trying to control the north of the map didn't pull that win off. How many more fucking games before we can be done with battleships? A couple more at least. Oh god. What a stupid campaign requirement. Like for the last month, last 5 weeks, I've basically been forced to play Battleship 99% of the time, just based on how much time I have to play the game every day. So dumb. Which commander is best in a tier 3 cruiser? What you talking about? Yeah, it's the age-old question, meta jerk. Like, I acknowledge these guys have the right to do whatever, however they want to play the game. They can play the game, right? But no matter what, like my objective to playing the game is to hopefully get some teammates that are trying to win. What the fuck is this? And if they want to play goof off ship simulator, that infringes on me playing the game how I want to play it. Whereas no matter what I do, they can still fuck off and do whatever the fuck they want and giggle about it, you know. So I think it would be a good design decision from a game point standpoint to have 10% of the game be for the people that are actually trying to fucking play it. And then let everyone else screw off the whole time. I think the service cost, that's what it was designed to do, but they just reduce it every time someone bitches. And it really doesn't do anything anyways, you know. At the end of the day, I mean, you know, the tier 7s, the legendaries, that's what sells them. That's what pays the bills. And if 99% of the players are only going to play, you know, very casually, not trying to learn the game, then I guess there's no reason to keep them away from that shit, but it's definitely not as much fun from my perspective. What a... I wish they would just, like, kick people out of the queue when this is the fucking... Why is this a fun game? 6v6, they got a destroyer. Alright, well, I think this is enough tier 7. We'll just rip this off in AI later. That was fascinating. God, fuck this shit. How many more fucking games do we have to play? Which commander would be best for a walkie? I mean, I would run Makawa. If you're talking about the 2 base. You go back to port. I can't advocate leaving the match in the middle, even though I want to a lot of times, but that's kind of crappy as well. Yeah, I mean, if I'm not streaming and I get like 2 games in a row like that where everyone is just fucking around, then it's just like, I'll turn the fucking thing off for a few days. I really don't have time for this shit. Yeah, legendary premiums. That's what I do too, man. If you're gonna try and rip through these things where it requires a win, just do it in AI, and then you can, like, trying to win games when you're on a battleship because you're forced to play battleship because of the stupid fucking attracted damage thing. Well, how are we gonna win these games when battleships have the least control over who wins the game? So now it's like, should I just pay them the doubloons just so we don't have to play this stupid shit? We boycott in the game tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be that bad. Yeah, that's it. They want to improve the game. I think putting carriers in should have been about 30th on the list. Making it easier for bad players to play a high tier. Nah, I don't know what the deal is. It's not an easy question, you know. Like the game survival requires it to be as high up on that free-to-play list in the PlayStation Store as possible. And how it goes up the list is the more time people play it, the more the game gets promoted by PlayStation, Xbox, and then the more money they make, more players playing the game, which is a good thing. So, like, I don't know if that would encourage people to play the game more if they're like, you got to play 1,000 games at tier 3 and 4. Probably not. And they probably have a calculation that most players aren't going to get really, really deep into the game. So it's better to cater to the players that are going to put the hours in early. I mean, there's weird incentives in this shit that you don't necessarily think about if you're not thinking about it from a game designer perspective. But they really have no reason to like make any part of the game just for the players that are trying to win. And it's just it's more of a video game industry problem. You know, how do these games get promoted? I mean, they got a reality that they got to exist in as well, you know. Secondary builds recommended. Why would that possibly help carriers? I don't know. I mean, the main problems, if you want to call it that, or the main changes that carriers are going to introduce. Number one, you got something that can damage you that you can't necessarily damage back. And number two, it's tough. It's tougher to like get behind an island, be concealed, and then deal damage in a protected manner. So I don't know. Secondaries don't really come into play in either of those scenarios. Alright. How are these guys completely undamaged? Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all that matters, Chris. I mean, we want everyone to be having fun. I'm just telling you, from my point of view, it is not fun playing a high tier match with people that are doing shit that is the complete opposite of how you would want to play the game if you're trying to win, you know? Like if I'm in a tier 3 game and a destroyer kills himself for no fucking reason, I can't really get mad at him, you know? I have no reason to expect him to know what he's doing. If you're in a tier 7 game and you get yourself killed for no reason, happens to everyone. I'm not saying it'll never happen, but if that's every single fucking time you're in the Udachi and you're dead within 3 minutes, you're doing it wrong, you know? And if you're killing yourself 3 minutes in the game, you've just hurt your team's chances of winning dramatically. So I don't know. I think we've answered who they're catering to, you know, today when we've been thinking about it. Carrier assassin. I mean, is that... That's what you're going to load into the game? You're going to be like, I'm going to get in the back and nuke the carrier? I mean, we'll see how it plays out. Maybe that'll be a winning strategy. I don't know. I don't have enough experience on it, but assuming the game's close enough to its current state, it's just adding the carriers, but it's still going to come down to who's playing the objectives more. Is moving your destroyer to the back of the red team's position just so you can torp a carrier? Is that going to help you win? It's going to take, you know, it's not going to be like AI games where the destroyers were in the spawn nuking the carriers 2 minutes into the game. I don't think that's going to happen in player versus player games. We'll see, though. It's possible. But we were talking about that when the stream started. I think people think that the carriers are going to somehow promote better play with destroyers and cruisers and all that shit. I don't know. So I don't consider destroyers getting in red team's base and trying to torp shit. I don't think that's usually a winning strategy. Now, it might be when the carriers come around. I don't know. It'll depend on how powerful they are. Give him a couple whacks, and if he doesn't move... Oh. Guess I should have just blasted him. What I was trying to do there is shoot him twice, and then he sees the shot, so he guns the engine. But he didn't, he wasn't actually watching for the shots, so it didn't work. Gonna be a whole different meta. The other thing, I tried to point it out numerous times while the test was going on, but I think almost everyone, if not everyone's kind of forgetting, you're taking a game where a lot of the players have been playing for a long time, so they're good at battleships, cruisers, destroyers, and then basically nobody's good at aircraft carriers. And then we put the aircraft carriers in the test, see how they do. Presumably I'm a much better cruiser player than I'm a carrier player. So if the carrier doesn't look like it's up to snuff quite yet, well, is it just because nobody's played with them? You know, it's like, it's judging your typical cruiser play in May of 2019 compared to the cruiser play in April of 2021. Presumably the cruiser play has improved a lot over the time. You know, if you get my drift. In other words, nobody should be good enough at carriers yet for them to get meaningful stats. Like, if we're going to balance carriers now when everybody sucks at them, how the fuck are you shooting me, dude? If we're going to balance them now when everyone sucks at them against classes where some people are good at them, then we're not getting really good scientific data, you know? That's another kind of problem with the whole test event. You're terrible in carriers? Yeah, everybody was. I mean, there's probably some people that were like carrier pros on the PC that probably picked them up fairly quickly, but You hope the carriers will make it so the players stop hiding in the back of the map. That's the common argument, is this will stop this or that. You know, they're going to stop hiding in the back. No, they're going to realize that, you know, we got to group up. That's what people are saying. To counter the carriers, you got to play by your team. Well, what that actually means is this group of 3 that spawns over here sticks relatively close to each other. This group of 3 sticks relatively close to each other. That one sticks close. But that's not what people are going to hear. They're going to hear, oh, we should play by our team. Fucking black hole after black hole every single fucking game. Let's just ball up. And if you have 2 teams that are balled up, they're not going to see each other. You're just going to stare down the binoculars and wish you had made better choices with your life. Or one team will surround the other black hole and just wipe them off the map, you know. That's my fear. But the fact that Johnny Potato in his backline Betty battleship, let's say I'm just sitting back here the whole game, watching the game through the binoculars. The fact that some plane comes back there, it's just going to scare me even more. I'm just going to go all the way to the border at that point in time. Why would I possibly get my head out of my ass just because a plane's coming around? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Like, I mean, if the carriers basically are about as strong as they were before with just a minor buff, then I think we'll be alright. Alright, hopefully that's the end of the battleships for the day. Okay, looks like we're done. Alright. Well, I'll let you guys, you can pick some stuff. I'll just play some of the stuff on AI later. Let's see. 2 tier 7s and legendaries, yeah. People play the game as if the lives of the seamen aboard are their responsibility. I don't understand the fear, you know. We talk about it. Sometimes you'll see little pools of yellow surrounding the ships. That's just the piss. Because they're so terrified. It's like, what the fuck, you know? Let's see. I die. There's the battle survive. 4,000 out of 10,000. So I die 60% of the time. Should probably work on tightening that up a little bit. Bring it down to about 50. But nevertheless, you're probably going to die if you're actually playing the game. If you're just sitting there in the back watching, you're going to die, but you'll be the last one alive. And that's, some people will be like, wow, that's really good. I'm the last one alive again. Thank you, Eli. Coming in hot. Ochakov. I don't think I got Ochakov. Oh, wait, the cruiser. Yeah, we could try it. What is it, tier 6? Thank you, Eli. I appreciate that. Is it tier 7? Son of a bitch. Alright. What do we got here? I forgot all about this thing. Give it one of this guy. 5.8 reload. Alright. Hmm. 7.4. It's not too bad. Put a prop mod on there for now. Let's see, range or reload. We already got a pretty quick reload. Traverse, pretty good, 12.9. Let's boost the reload. Alright. Duck flag. Steering, I don't know. I mean, usually what I do is I look at the rudder shift as is, and then if it's within an acceptable range, then I'll try and put the prop on there. But you gotta play with the ship and see, like, is it harder? Am I having more trouble with the steering or more trouble with the start and stop aspect of it? And that's just going to come down to an individualized ship by ship basis. All right, let's see if it. What the? It's like really pink. All right, we got one destroyer. He's on our team. They got two destroyers. Oh, Chikawa's borderline OP. I haven't. I gotta figure out what to do with it again. I forgot how to play it. I always do. I feel like I do a pretty good job figuring it out, and then the ship goes away for 5 weeks, and I forget about it. This guy's... God, I hope he doesn't get me killed here. So if they shoot me, I can't turn off from this fucking thing. So I'll probably get blown up. See, might get one more shot. If he takes 0 damage on that radar, that sucks. Jesus, come on, guys. Oh, he wants blood. Yeah, he's got HE. Just want to make sure the Sidachi is doing alright since he's our only destroyer. Why are you getting shot? Duck flag on the Monarch. Man, these guys are getting fucked up over here. Alright. Oops. I think that thing right over here got me. Oh, the Amato. Shit. That was close. See if he kills me or not. Yep. This guy's gonna fuck me up either way, but would have been nice. If we could have killed both the destroyers, we would have had a chance. These guys haven't moved an inch. 3 battleships in the same point. How are you gonna get a fucking crossfire in this guy? That one's not necessarily over. I mean, this destroyer is playing somewhat aware. Ooh, nice shot there. If he can stop this destroyer, I think we're alright. We got the Achikov here with the radar. It's going to be tough because these guys aren't paying attention to that flank at all. Probably going to go to the red team, but you never know. Lower tier campaign ship, yeah. I think that would be a good move. They probably just don't sell as well, though, you know. There's a lot of players that are like, fuck, I don't have time to grind out a tier 7 ship, but I can get one if I do the campaign. So I'm not in that group that says wargaming shouldn't try and make money, you know. I mean, if they don't make money, the game doesn't exist. So that's problem number 1. Assuming you actually like the game. But yeah, there's just all these weird incentives in this game that make it less than likely that, you know, they're not always incentivized to make a game like the best game as possible. They're trying to make the game that's going to keep them employed and, you know, in the money. Do I play World of Warships? No, just this version. It's my Alaska Commander build. I got that Einstein character. Just my normal British heavy or American heavy cruiser build. Happy medium. Eh. Orkin. I could maybe bust out the Orkin. The Orkin's tough to play as a solo, but if you get it in the right spots, it's pretty good. Got for Cleveland. Cleveland, I got Norm. I don't know. There's been a few new American cruiser commanders. I haven't. You got the option to tailor some builds to individual ships. I haven't taken the time to do that yet. I was gonna do some things with the POs this update, but then once it started to seem like the carriers were coming, I started to hang on to the POs. Come on, guys. What the fuck? Got this limited edition camo. Might as well pick up the control if you're going to use it. Alright, they got Orkin and Akazuki. I'm not trying to torp these guys. I'm aware they're both going to go behind the island, most likely. But if the destroyers spawn there, which he probably is, because we only got 2 ships spotted, and he's trying to get in the cap, which is a reasonable play for him to make, then those torps could potentially whack him. But if he doesn't get on the base, then we can assume the destroyer is probably going to pop off right about here. So you want to keep an eye on this. Alright. It's always possible the destroyer peeled off over here, but if he's playing this flank, he's probably right about here. Located. So that's probably Orkin. Could be Akazuki if he's got either the Halloween guy or Tanaka or whatever his name is. Getting spotted, yes. Just number one, we're shooting there to see if we do get spotted by the destroyer. So now we got a little bit more info. Also, we got the smoke available at any time, so it's not like we're in huge danger here because of that. But right now we got 2 caps, they got 1. We're just trying to hold on to that as long as possible. Give the King George a little taste of his own medicine, as they say. Oh. Alright, so... Oops. And I don't think he can dodge out of there. We'll see if that finishes him off or not. It's going to be close. I think he probably is going down, though. Alright, he gone. That was big, because now we got 1 destroyer off, and we see the other ones in the B area, so... Currently spotted by him. Akazuki could kick the shit out of us. Probably should. I don't want to fight this guy, necessarily. But, not a lot I can do here, and luckily we do have a little bit of help from our team, looks like. Come on. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Keep hitting them. I think this should be the game if we can kill him. There we go. Alright, so we got all 3 caps, we got the destroyers, looks like a dub to me. You can see here, if you're in the destroyer, you got a little bit more control over the outcome of the match than battleships. Munchin Commander with Bay. I don't know what the advantage of Bay would be. Let me think about that. Why do you think that? Because of twist and tracked you? Alright, so if you don't understand, this game is already over as long as I don't die. Okay. These cruisers, it's going to take them 3 or 4 minutes just to get towards C. And then they're going to need to kill... They need to get A and B as well. Plus kill a bunch of ships. So, example, 500,624,782 of why capturing the bases is going to get you more wins than losses. It's just basically this red team has no chance at this point in time if I don't die. And even if I died, I mean, they'd have to kill... They basically have to kill these guys, and they're pretty full health. Wagon with twist and track. Well, let's take a look. What are the only option for the German twist and track, I think, is Bay. So we can take a look at that. Alright, we don't need our spotting, so we can go ahead and shoot. The British smoke, you don't have to worry about spreading out as much. We usually talk about spreading the smoke out, but such a short duration deployment anyways that you're not going to get a large puff even if you're focused on doing so. Whoa. Talk about not paying attention. I don't think we can throw this, hopefully. We'll find out here in a moment.
Fire. Critical engine damage. Problem solved, sir.
Make myself nervous. If he's really paying attention, he could have seen that splash there. I mean, he's definitely trying to kill me. Yeah, carriers, I don't... It's very, very hard for me to judge them, okay? Because, like, there's two ways you can view this game. Like, as a well-balanced game, you know, that's played between players that know what they're doing. Like, let's say I get a game of Stratego out to the old board game. I read the rules. I understand, okay, the bombs protect, you know, they don't move. They kill things if someone hits them. So, you know, if I understand how to play the game, I'm probably going to use the bombs to protect the flag. As I become more and more of an advanced player, I might use the bombs as decoys or whatever. But if I have that level of playing Stratego, the level of understanding, then that's one thing. If I'm playing against a guy that, like, puts the bombs in the front line just trying to catch someone off guard, you know, then they kill all the low value pieces with the bombs, and then the enemy marches in, gets their flag, you know. I'm not playing the same guy as the guy I'm playing against. So from that perspective, can the carrier physically ruin something? I don't know. We'll find out. Carriers? Yeah, carriers are tomorrow. Update should be hitting in about 12 hours, 14 hours, something like that. And from then on, they'll be, unless they're so badly bungled and bugged that they take them out of the game, from tomorrow on, there will never be another day that there won't be carriers in the game. So maybe ranked, we'll see how that goes. Oh, we're getting some V-Bucks all of a sudden. Yeah, what do you guys want to see? But yeah, I mean, like, can the carriers win the game if most let's say 9 out of 10 carrier players, all they do is try and torp the least mobile battleship, the guy that parks way in the back, does nothing. Killing that guy is not going to really affect your team's win rate, okay? That's not part of the winning strategy. So that's kind of like replacing a destroyer that would do that currently with the aircraft carrier that's going to do that. If that's most of the carrier play we see, then it's not going to have that big of an impact. But there's going to be carrier players that know what they're doing. They're going to help get the destroyers off the board early. And then, assuming you got a destroyer player that knows what they're doing on your team, then you should have a massive advantage. Orkin, you want to see the Orkin? I could try the Orkin. Like I say, it's not always the most accessible for solo, but possible. The Azure Lane. I thought I heard they were maybe going to sell those again. Once in a, they've previously brought them back on like anniversaries and stuff. For all we know, they could. This update is the update of the game being launched 2 years ago, so we might see them this update. Who knows? But if not, then then when their quote-unquote full release, that was during the summer at some point in time. When that anniversary happens, that's the last time we saw the Commanders re-release, the Halloween Commanders, the Azure Lane. I think it was like late summer. It was the 1 year anniversary of the German line being introduced, which is when they considered the game out of early access, whatever that means. I think it's a meaningless term, but perhaps it has some sort of significance to game developers. Alright, Akatsuki and Venom. Hasta la vista! Okay, what do we got going on here? We got Atlanta. Key to this, you don't have smoke, but you got radar, so can you figure out how to get the enemy destroyers off there with that combo? Could be tricky. If the red support ships are playing well, you can have a hard time. I don't know what this twisting track is suggesting. Maybe they're abandoning C. Or they could be coming through the mid. I can play out making the Orkan sometimes. I'll just pop an early radar hoping to get lucky. Like I saw B all of a sudden start to get captured right now. I might try and radar it. Radar is 9 kilometers. 9 kilometers to the back end of this cap here, so... Oops. But they don't have a lot of support in the middle in terms of shooting destroyers. Party bus? Which one's that? Oh, the murder sausage. Yeah, we could bust that up. See, like right here, we know the destroyer is probably in the zone. Now, if he's in the far back end, I couldn't radar him. If he's closer, I could. Let's just take a chance. You know, as a solo player, you kind of have to take a chance with this radar. Alright. So, because they abandoned C for no reason, we're able to get away with that kind of play. Hit him a little bit. Trying to figure out... Last seen that grayed out cruiser, that could be tough for me to push into B and try and stop these destroyers, but if he's moved, we gotta figure out where he is exactly. Then we might be able to just rush these guys. There he is. I think there's a decent chance we got 2 destroyers in the area, which could be tough. Well, I need intelligence data! Yeah, that should take him out there. Nice job. Just need to drop spot and then take B. Alright, beautiful. don't want to get too close to this guy and get hit by him. Or, you know, hit by the shots that are for that guy. Yeah, they've clumped up in the southwest corner. You can see how many caps there are in the southwest corner of the map. I don't see any. I might be missing one. But I think this should be a win unless we go on a suicide spree. Looks like we're doing alright here. Atlanta wants to deal with the Pensacola. I'm not opposed to that, but he could technically kill us both. I would just probably... You could park right there, make sure he doesn't come into B. He's probably... This is an example of him probably yelling at me, like, what the fuck, dude? Let's go finish him. I just want to find this destroyer, who I think is probably over here. Get him off, then we can die, and the game should still be a win. We'll see, though. This Pensacola, if he's moving north, he might spot us. Shit, he is there. Oh my god. And that's why we don't rush just cruisers. If he wants to ram, I'll take the ram there. Fine. Give him the die hard. That's unfortunate because the destroyer's not dead, but I still think it's going to be hard for us to lose that. That was pretty aggressive of him. I like that play for the Pensacola. You don't need shit, man. Red team taking the invisible decap, yeah. Yeah, if there was any strategic significance to this area down here, which of course there isn't, but if there was, this would be very strong. Would have a hard time getting in there. Should be a win. I mean, that guy's more or less a one-shot. Akatsuki's full of health. That's a problem. But Pensacola should die. We got 3 caps. I mean, we got a 500-point lead. If they lose this, there's nothing you can do. I mean, your team's going way out of their way to lose that one. What the fuck was that? I don't know. That was the best case. I mean, aside from hitting him with the torps, which would have been best case scenario, but once that didn't happen, which is unlikely when we're trying to torp a cruiser, then him ramming us was, we'll take that all day. All you had to do is stop. Once he knows that we missed the torps, we can't do anything. He can just stop, nose in, and kill us in 2 or 3 salvos. Whatever. I'm not gonna complain about that. Let's see. What could we try? That would be good. Oh, the murder sausage. Slap the like now. That's pretty good advice. I like that. P-Cola could have done more. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. That's why we don't advise these suicide torp runs. Now, that wasn't my point of making that play. I was trying to go find the destroyer, and then once I realized the Pensacola could be there, he wound up being right there. So, good job, him, recognizing what I was trying to do. And, you know, you can say, well, you'll trade the cruiser for the destroyer, yes, but you didn't have to. You don't want to kill yourself if you don't have to. Because we missed the torps, he dodged them, and then we got no option to kill him. Alright, T-22 and Acosta. Boy, начинается. Don't slap like, I will kill a puppy. It's going to be on your conscience. By the Conqueror and the Bureau breakdowns. What are the Bureau breakdowns? The fuck is this ship? I've never seen this. This is the murder sausage. They're like, comrade! Should we put lots of guns? Da. Should we put lots of torpedoes? Da. This is madness! If we dies, we dies. That's how you design a destroyer in Russia. Alright, well. Can expect should be here any second. Let's see if we can get this guy to shoot. Here he goes. Ah! Alright. We'll let him smoke up if he wants to. I thought he was... Whoops. I thought he was about to smoke there. As of right now, we've won that opening trade, so we don't have to commit to killing him right now. We can just get out of there. Don't take any damage. We've damaged him for about 4 or 5k. So we just drop spot, hopefully, then re-engage. Make sure we're changing our angles so we don't get torped. There we go. So we take 0 damage, we gain 5k from him. That's the trade we want. We don't want to rush into this fucking guy and then have these 2 battleships blow us up. You know, basically we trade our ship for maybe we get this guy, maybe not. But we don't want to get involved with that. Another destroyer. Looks like we got both destroyers over here. Should be right in this gap here. We'll let him torp. He's probably torping right now since he's not shooting. And we'll go ahead and hit the speed boost just to avoid. It's possible I'm reading that wrong, but I don't think so. I think he went along this way and now he's in between this gap here. There we go. Speed boosted right by it. Easy dodge. Now this guy should be isolated. Oops, not an easy dodge. We've been outsmarted by this guy. Well, that sucks. This is kind of the disadvantage you got in this thing. If he's playing smart, using his spotting, he could fuck you up. Let's get him all over the place, see if we can knock his engine. Got him 4 times with that. And the torp. So even though we're going to go down, we've done a lot of damage to this guy, and we ended up killing that one. So at the end of the day, that's good trades. Hopefully our team can convert that. I don't want to die yet. I'm not like going out of my way to die, but you got to assume, I mean, both these ships can severely outspot us, and they got good support. We don't have any support. So, there's only so much we can do. We can just disengage and kind of play it slow. All we got to do is make sure this destroyer doesn't nuke this battleship. And then these guys, they got a 5v3 down there. Push! You got the advantage, go use it. They're just kind of sitting in the base, letting this fight happen one at a time. Shit. This thing's a slug. Oof. Okay. Jesus. So yeah, this is a game that we should have slaughtered them, but I think it's looking like a loss because these guys are just sitting here like, okay, what do we got that's preventing you guys from moving forward? 2 low health Arkansas should be able to just fucking sail right into them and wreck them. These guys might be playing to defend the base. Really, you don't need this Ishizuki to do that. You just need the Königsberg. He can stop the destroyer from getting on there. But yeah, I don't know. That game's still pretty close to a 50-50, but I'd put my money on red if I had to. Game's different from the PC version. Yeah. It's essentially more or less the same, but there's differences. Why is anyone shooting me? Yeah, Costa, I don't know what he was doing. Battleship took him a little while to get the guns on us. Yeah, the concealment's probably one of the biggest aspects that's different. Much more involved concealment system on the PC version. This isn't based on Minecraft. Let's see here. It's too bad he hit us with the torp. Then we could have been a lot more aggressive. Basically, we could have suicide rushed one battleship, killed the destroyer, and then gone down. We could have gotten a lot more trade from that. But usually the game flow, if you got a massive overload 5v3, 6v3, and you let the enemy team whittle you down one by one because you're too spread out to press that, then that's how they survive their weak side flank, and then their strong side flank kills your weak side. So if you're not pushing your strong side, you're going to lose very often. Pretty obvious. Oleg or no balls. We busted that out earlier, but I guess we can do it again. I think we opened up with the Oleg. What's up, Joshua? Aircrafts are way OP in PC. Yeah, I don't. That's the big fear. We were talking about incentives earlier and how they're not always in line with creating the best game. What happens is they got these guys bosses. You know, the guy who programs this game. Once the boss decides, okay, we're going to put carriers in there. Now, there's a lot of development time, a lot of resources go into that. How does that pay off for them? Well, people got to use the thing, you know. So you got to have roughly at least a quarter of the people playing carriers at any time. And like if they were tuned as they were in the test, not a lot of damage, mostly to spotters, you're not going to get 25% of the players playing that because 25% of the players can't figure out how to use a spotter, a mobile spotter plane. So they'll keep tuning up the damage, making them stronger and stronger until enough people play them to justify the sunk cost. It's already a sunk cost. If they're a rational decision maker, they'd understand that. It doesn't matter how much time you've already put into it. But that's not usually how it's going to work. They're going to grade the performance of this project. It's like this event thing, the Interstellar thing. My impression, I played one game of it, it just kind of made me queasy just based on how close to the monitor I sit. But a lot of players weren't really digging this one, so they're going to get a bad grade on this. You know, it's a lot of resources went into design in this game mode. Nobody was really into it. How can we improve that? So I don't know. It's very strange. Like if you just got one guy trying to design a game sitting in his living room, well then you can come up with like the ultimate game. Well, once you try and make a living from that game, then you got to get as many people playing it as possible. Pirates of the Caribbean ship. Mario coming in hot. Just drop by before the bombs drop by. Say goodbye to the old version. Thank you, Mario. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not jazzed about the carriers. It's probably not that hard to tell. But at the same time, I'm hopeful that they're not out of control. Like, they were pretty close to where I wanted them with the tests, so if they didn't go overboard, I think we'll be alright. I'm surprised that thing had the range on that. Smith's not exactly a long-range torper. Thank you, Mario. So we'll see. We gotta hope for the best. What makes them the most money? Ships, crates. It's got to be the campaigns, because the campaigns are the most accessible in terms of cost structure, you know? I don't know that, though. I mean, they're not going to share financials with me, obviously. Smith! Going crazy, man. I understand you reload every 2 seconds, but you didn't fucking hit me once, Chief. CVs make cruisers. Yeah, it could be the age of cruisers. We'll see. I mean, I've had multiple times where I was really trying to promote the cruiser play, predicting kind of it was their time to shine. I still think cruisers are the strongest class. I mean, the destroyers, you can, if you're a solo player, you're more likely to force your team to win by playing destroyer, but let's say you're on like a competitive team with players that know what they're doing. I think the cruisers are still the strongest. They definitely deal the most damage. And now if they're going to be kind of primarily responsible to shut down the planes, then that's just one more thing for them to be doing, so. Like, if you watch the King of the Sea tournaments, you know, the competitive scene on the PC version, I think the comps are usually, and this is, what do they play? I think they play 12-man matches on those. But I think the comps are usually like 2 battleships, 1 or 2 destroyers, usually 2 destroyers, maybe 3, and then the rest cruisers. And then if you watch them deploy, the cruisers all find an island to park at, and then they just project power and create crossfires throughout the map. So I think that's how the game is kind of designed to be played, you know, mostly cruisers with a battleship here and there to kind of put, you know, pin and make it difficult to move through areas, and then the destroyers are still moving forward trying to score the points, and then the radars are kind of rebuffing them. And it's kind of a really interesting interplay between the radar cruisers and the destroyers. But that's a competitive game where players know what they're doing. I mean, random games, most players aren't going to use the radars properly. A lot of the destroyers are going to kill themselves for no reasons. It's going to be 10 battleships per team, you know. It's a little bit different philosophy. Alright, no trouble for the Oleg this match. I don't look forward to the short fill games, but they happen. Lanos are basically AA platforms, yeah. From the AA perspective, my biggest fear is just super black holes, more prevalent black holes, because people are going to be like, well, I got to be by my teammates. And they're going to misunderstand that. You got to be by one or two of your teammates, not all of your teammates. That'll be the kind of the key distinction. Thank you, Dope, for that. Appreciate that. But yeah, it's if you guys aren't if you go through the classes and you don't play a lot of cruisers, I think I've been trying to get you guys to play more cruisers over time, but I think now is definitely the time to start thinking about it. Especially as a solo player, then you can kind of spec your own defense against the planes. You don't have to worry about your team. Let the update happen, then make the judgment. Yeah. Right. We can only make guesses, right? They said there was buffs on the patch notes, but they didn't say how big the buffs were. And people are forgetting the mods on the ships. We didn't have those during the test, so maybe the carriers will be even less powerful with the mods on there, you know, with the cruisers putting their anti-aircraft mods on there or whatever. In which case, all of our worries are going to be for naught. You know, we'll just let one of the bad players on the red team and the blue team sit there in the carrier, goof off, try and torp some backline battleships, and life will go on. You know. If they decided after the test, they looked at the results, and the goal is we got to make the top damage dealer on the team every single game be the carrier, then we're in for a rough ride. And then I think this game would probably die. Because a lot of the players playing this game are refugees from the PC version where the carriers are just out of control in a lot of people's opinions. USA ships, yeah. I mean, the US should have good AA. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe we'll do some deep dive videos on best nations to counter carriers and stuff. How to use the radar? Well, it's the right D-pad consumable, right? So what you do, you can see here, radar range 9 kilometers. If I pop that radar, it's going to last for 15-20 seconds. Any ship within 9 kilometers on the red team is going to be visible to me and everyone on my team. Doesn't matter if they got an island behind them, doesn't matter if they're in the smoke. If they're within 9 kilometers of my position, we can spot them. So once I get an inkling that there's the destroyer in the area, Jesus Christ, then we can pop that and hopefully kill him. I don't know what that battleship behind the island was, but that was a pretty nice shot. He like basically factored that I was going to slam on the brakes the second I dropped spot. And he nailed it. Yeah, so probably got destroyer here. Maybe just went behind this ridge. It's not on B yet, though, so... If we get spotted, we might die. He's on B, so he probably can radar the guy. We'll back up. Gotta protect ourselves from these guys. Oh, it was a Wichita that wrecked us. Alright, then we'll turn the guns over here, get ready for the radar. I don't think anyone will shoot this guy except for us. And since we're not currently spotted, he might be back here, which would be tough to hit, but I'll go ahead and pop. Oh, there he is. No, can't hit him. But he doesn't really have support, so we can attack B here, I think. He's doing the right thing getting out of there. What is the game plan, Blue? They've overloaded C. We've kind of overloaded A, but we're not pushing A. I'm trying to counter the destroyer. I'm probably going to die given what's back here. We don't know, but... I don't feel like we have a strategy. Let's see if we can entice him to come over here. Yeah, these guys have not shot their guns this entire game. If you're 5 minutes in the game, you haven't shot, reposition. You're not doing it properly. Alright. We should be alright, hopefully. Probably got a reload boost. It's kind of playing with fire right now. Alright. I guess we should be burning this guy since we're not really shooting at the moment. The Kagero already knows where we are. He's already spotting us. So it's not like shooting's gonna change that. Yeah, I mean, look, the team is not. Once again, we had like a 6 or 7v3 over here, and then everyone just drops anchor and sits there and watches while this fucking overload just rips through this side. Then they're gonna have broadsides on everyone on our team, and finish the game off. So even though we got a 2-to-1 cap advantage at the moment, it's not gonna pay off for us. Looking like another loss, and it's basically just comes down to these guys sitting in the back, not pushing. You gotta push your overloads, people. You got 6 ships, they got 3. Slam into them. Fuck them up. Tempo, tempo, tempo. We're not pissing our pants in the back, scared of these guys. Alright, let's see if we can kill this Bismarck. Got a CNOP, interesting. Alright. Can we stop the Kagero's reign of terror? That's the question. I don't understand what's going on back here. Let's see if he can kill me or not. Two more cells, I think he'll be dead. At no point in time do we have any chance. I fucking hate that entire side of this map. I would never go over there. Let's see if we can fuck this guy up or not. I don't know. I mean, we still should win that one, but this should have been a lock, you know? I want to know how many times these guys have pulled the trigger this game. I'm guessing less than 5 each. I might be wrong. You can always, there's always a chance that they're doing shit that you can't see. Vlad killed the Wichita. It should be good. This Udachi basically, oh, it's Pew Pew. We got a main man over here. All right. Let's see if Pew Pew can take this old boy out of here. If he kills the Kagero, it's obviously over. Kutuzov. You can't stop the Vlad. Well, I don't know. He could probably kill that Vlad. But you're looking at the thing saying, okay, it's 5v2. No, these guys in the back aren't doing anything. They haven't shot in 5 to 10 minutes. They're not technically on your team at that point in time. So in my mind, we got a 2v2. We got Pew Pew over here, and we got Nagato, which, again, he's not really in a great spot, but he's doing all right. He's at least relevant. But this will be the game right here. If he kills Kagero, then we should win. If Kagero kills Udachi, then we should lose. All right. Oof. Beautiful. There we go. Doing good, Asif. CV's coming tomorrow. Yes, sir. Just a game with 8 other players requires teamwork, yeah. That's where the frustration comes in, you know? I mean, you cannot win the game if your team's not trying to win the game. I mean, you'll accidentally win games here and there, but reliably you can't do it if people aren't trying to win the game. I'm not digging this, man. This guy, well, he doesn't have a radar, right? But there's no real reason. I don't get the destroyer by this guy, because the Kutuzov can kill the destroyer in 2 pulls of the trigger. What's the point? If we hit him when Torp's cool, but they're getting 1 cap's worth of points. We're getting 3. Now he's obviously going for style points. He's saying to himself, we can't lose the game. He's only got 4 minutes left. He can't physically kill 3 battleships and the destroyer. But you're tempting fate, man, and you're always forgetting that your team is actively trying to lose the game. You gotta have that mentality. Look at these guys. They don't even spread out. Opening 10 minutes, we moved down here. Now, we won the side, you know. We prevented them from pushing into A, so we got to say they did the job, all right? But I still think if you got a 6v3 overload here, that should take about 5 minutes, not 10 minutes. But at the end of the day, we won the side. Now we got to send 1 ship maybe down here. 1 ship up here. I would just go right through the middle, though, because we got the Nagato down here. And if they want to angle towards the Nagato, then these ships shooting through this gap here. Now we got the crossfire. Battleships, you want gaps between other battleships. Because right now, he's angled against Vanguard, he's angled against Leon, he's angled against Nagato. See how easy that is when they're all in the same fucking zone? He just points his ass right in the middle. In fact, the best angling would be pointing right at this island here. And then, you know, they'd have a hard time dealing with him. Nitpicking, though. Good job closing it out. Good job. Basically, it came down to here. Does Pew Pew kill the Kagero? He does. That prevents the Kagero from flipping B and torping these battleships back here, who aren't giving me the impression that they're probably going to be dodging Udachi Torp. So, good job there. Subs even on PC. Now, they're still being tested, I believe, as far as I know. They put them in there and they're just such a disaster that they pull them back off. Alright. Got the solos done. Now, last update, they kind of quote-unquote solved the bugs or whatever. You know, most updates we previously were able to get, you could double up on the weekly supplies and the premium missions, whatever those are called. Premium supplies and weekly boost. But previously, they had solved the weekly boost half of the equation. Now they solved the premium supplies. So I'm not expecting to be able to get double the commander points this week, but you never know. Expect to have to do everything. Yeah, I basically have the same philosophy, just differently worded. If you expect the enemy team to do the correct play, and you expect your team to do the opposite of the correct play, then that gives you a good solid mental foundation to how should we try and win this game. And if your team does the correct play, then you're pleasantly surprised. And if the enemy team makes the incorrect play, then you're pleasantly surprised. If we're running around thinking to ourselves, fuck, our team's always going to play properly, then you're constantly going to be shocked and angered at the fact that they're doing the opposite. Yeah, let's try. Oh, we're going to look at that Munchen with the Bay, right? Let's take a look at Bay. Alright, so increase the travel speed of torps. Is that helping the Munchen? Not in my approach to it. Reduce the main battery reload of your destroyer. Not really helping there. The torp detection can help, but again, I'm not usually trying to get this thing up close and personal. So my approach to the Munchen, I'm getting zero benefits that I want from this. Base trait, concealment, and destroyer, getting zero benefits there, so we've wasted the base trait. Concealment. Now, this is a pretty good one because it's ship concealment rating, 6% detectability. That's huge. Much better than you get. That's basically a 16.4 Makawa. This is all destroyers, a wash. You can give yourself an extra sonar, cool. Extra couple sonars. Here we get the twist and track indicator, but traverse only affects destroyers' guns, so that's not that helpful for a cruiser. Range of secondaries is the only applicable thing to the cruisers. I'm not using that perk. Torpedo launch reload time, I'm not using that perk. So where am I getting... Why am I looking at this like this is a great cruiser build? What am I missing that you guys are seeing? We don't have engine boost. We don't have smoke screen. So we've wasted basically all the perks in my mind just to get this concealment. And then we're protecting our engine. Yeah, I'm not. You do you. I'm not putting the Bay on any cruiser there. Yeah, they're still testing the subs. Let's see here. Oh, we got blue on here. I think I was. Oh god. Should we try the double torp enhancement blue T61? Bay isn't great, but twist and track. I mean, you're sacrificing everything for the twist and track, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. So that wouldn't be my philosophical approach to that one. But like I say, the whole point of the commander system is to give you options. Kill the radar cruisers? Nah, it's not a function of how many videos I can make. It's just that information's not, you know, it's not getting out there. Let's combine all the YouTube creators and say they reach 5% of the player base would be my guess. So even if me and every single other person that makes videos made 20 radar cruiser videos in a row, I don't think it would have any discernible impact on anything. Just use the Macau inspiration. Yeah, I mean, essentially. Plus, you get 4 other perks that you can use if you use the cruiser commander. I mean, twist and track is great. Don't get me wrong. I use it on pretty much all the destroyers that I can. Even destroyers that aren't necessarily primed for it, like Russian destroyers, I still like it on there. But there's a lot of trade-offs just to get that on the Munchen. Full meme builds. Community section with the videos from the CCs. Yeah. I don't think they want to tie their fortunes too tight with us, you know. Like right now, I don't have twist and track on this build, and I just realized that it's making me nervous. Yeah, we're basically just part of their marketing strategy. I don't know if there's a destroyer over here or not. I'm having a hard time reading this. Because this Colorado could have crossed over from the middle. I think he did. Oops. Go ahead and torp this guy since I'm trying to hit this Colorado, but I'm not going to be able to hit him until we get around this island. Oh, there's a fucking Aoba here. Okay. So we're real close to the team. Well, if we can flip their home cap, that's huge. Let's see here. Now this blue build that I got, if you don't know what it is, it's got this mosquito perk, which pumps the torps out rapidly, but it knocks the damage way down. So basically a 6.5k damage per hit. Alright, we gotta be aware of the Aoba rushing us. If I'm him, I'm thinking about making that play, because I'm looking at this, seeing this guy can't really defend the destroyer. This guy could. These guys are moving in over here, so if the time to make an aggressive play could be right now. Yeah, basically this build, I think it would be a really strong build in a division just because it's like a damage con cycler where I can cause floods on this thing. Now if they hit them with HE, they can burn them. But since I don't talk to my teammates, I don't have a good way to communicate that to them. We'll just keep getting back on their cap though, as long as they'll let us. What the fuck was spotting us? I think that's a destroyer. So, I mean, basically, we use this guy's damage con, and now if we get a flood here, then he'll get a permanent flood. Oh, he dodged. Alright. So, other than that, I mean, we need them to stick a fire on here for that play to be valuable, you know? I mean, 12k torp damage is fine, but that fire is going to be more problematic for him. How did he put that out already? What the fuck? Maybe it was the Aoba spotting us the whole time. Yeah, if this California wants to move, I might just leave over here because getting stalemated by this Aoba that's just sitting here isn't really that profitable. And we've cut off their home base, but now they're moving into B, and we want that cap advantage, so most of our team's playing in the back. We don't want to get involved with that. Like, if this destroyer, what he wants to do is move to basically right here so he can spot that thing without getting spotted. Then our guys can gun him down, hopefully. I'll see if I can spot him on the south end of this thing and deal with him that way. What is going on here? There we go. I mean, being on D is good from a scoring perspective, but right now it's functionally a 1v1 in terms of caps. Can we shoot, guys? Let's go here. There we go. He's gonna get off the base. Alright, we'll have to go back and capture it, I guess. It's technically... Alright, if he's gonna go back and capture, then we're gonna let him do it. As you can see, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... No, 6 ships over in the east. We got 2. So if we're going to take C, D, and if we can get B by the time they can get over there, which we should be able to do, then we're going to have the triangle, the scoring triangles, B, C, and D, and then they're going to have a real hard time winning. I think him killing himself is going to help the cause, but apparently that's what he's probably going to do. Turn up the volume. What volume? Hello? Talking mic volume? Hello? Hello? Governor? Test? Alright. That's how it's done. Alright, so we got 3 destroyers that can move in here. So do have to stop that. Now this is where a twist and track would be nice, because we could see where they are coming from. But yeah, if you're playing this game, you got B, C, and D, what do? Do we want to push into these guys one at a time? No, we want them to push into us one at a time. We have no reason to push into these guys. Set a smoke screen! Yeah, this is kind of a dangerous play because they're going all in, and if they start killing a few ships, it could be trouble. Where are the torps? Oh, he's over here. Fuck. It's reading the map incorrectly. Go ahead and use the old smoke sonars on these guys. Come on. I gotta be aware of the torps, but we'll be able to see them upon launch because of the sonar. At least his. Shiratsu is probably torped us from the north, so we're gonna angle in on that, turn the guns. Oh, we can just rush them here. We actually got our torps ready to go again. And we got him spotted now. He's in trouble. Once we shut these destroyers down, now we should be loss-proof, more or less.
Wir haben einen gegnerischen Zerstörer versenkt. Unser Sieg ist in Sicht. All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
A little bit wonky with your aim there, Bay. Or Blue, or whatever your name is. But yeah, once you establish this triangle, you got B, you got C, you got D. Then you just sit back on B, defend B. They got to come in. You always got the advantage when you're defending. Well, not always, but often you got the advantage. Set a smoke screen for you when you jump in front of the shells for me. Smoking up your ships, particularly their cruisers, if they're far enough away that they're not going to get spotted when shooting. I mean, it's a very, very strong play. The problem is, if you drop the smoke, 9 out of 10 times your teammates will just sail through it, you know? Or usually what happens for me, like if I, let's say I'm in a cruiser and this Fubuki drops a smoke. Well, if I see him drop it, I'm going to go try and play it. But he's usually not like applying the smoke directly in front of me where I can use it rapidly. Usually I got to like go maneuver over there. It takes 30 seconds. Now I only got, what, 70 seconds left on the smoke or whatever. So again, it's kind of a waste. And just in general, as a destroyer player, I'm not usually going to be smoking up my team unless I'm notice a really good chance to do it and I'm in a mood to do it. How much the game will change with the introduction of carriers, we're about to find out. Could be dramatic, you know. But we don't really know. We got to see how strong they are. We got to see how many players will recognize where the strengths of the carriers actually lie. Last time we saw the carriers, the strength wasn't in dealing and damage, but still, most people, that's what they're going to try and do, is just deal damage. But if they tuned up the damage really, really high, then maybe that could be a valuable strategy. Who knows? What an absolute puss this Dunkirk is. Where are you going, man? Achikov, good AA. I want to say I feel like it did have. We haven't had the AA stats for a long time, but I feel like they said it would have good AA. Yeah, it's kind of a goofy build there, but kind of fun. Endurance trials. I thought we were done. Distinct lack of smoking cruisers in the net. Yeah, we didn't really play as a team very well. I think all three of us agreed on that. Yeah, I'll probably run through something like that. Casket. Yeah, in general, American cruisers I think have good AA. American destroyers tend to have pretty good AA. I don't know. I haven't taken a lot of time to learn it just because I haven't been hasn't really had any impact on our game. Shooting down a spotter plane here and there isn't that valuable, so they'll be in the standard battle, not a separate section. You subscribed. Welcome aboard, Joshua. Appreciate that. Let's see. Maybe we'll do. Whoops. Yeah, we'll do one more and then we'll call it. Let's see here. What could we do? How about a kid? Kid's got one of the best AAs in the game. Expectedly long wait times, yeah, I'm sure. That's the other problem that nobody's really talking about is the matchmaking could be royally fucked here. For the near future, a lot of people are going to be trying to queue up for carriers. Now, my advice is if you want to play carrier, fine, just get ready for a 5-minute wait. But if they're forcing short field games, which is usually what they do after someone's been waiting for 3 or 4 minutes, then they're just like, fuck, next time we can get a 5v5 game with this guy in it, we'll just put it in him. If that's the norm, that will straight up kill the game. Like, not having full filled games ever again. Or at least not for the next few months. That I'm actually worried about, and I haven't talked about it too much, but that would be real ugly. And again, that comes down to their preference. Are we catering more towards the carrier player, making it comfortable for them? We got to get these guys into a game in a reasonable amount of time. Or are they focusing on making the game itself as best as it can be? And if the new norm is short field games, 5v5s, 4v4s, then fuck this game. I'd be done playing it very quickly. So I hope to God they're not fucking that up. But we'll find out very shortly. Because like Meta Jerk's saying, there's going to be a long line of carrier players. Separate carrier mode. Yeah, the problem is there's just not that. Let's say there's 10,000 people playing at any given time. I don't know what the numbers are, but if you start dividing that and like if I'm playing anything but a carrier, why would I play carrier mode? You know, that's the other thing. So I mean, they're in the game. There's nothing we can do about that. They're definitely not going to be the. At no point in time did they suggest it would be a separate mode. So we want to stay away from Siegfried, and we want to get this destroyer that's over here. And Ochikov. So this destroyer is kind of. He's playing away from his support ships. And unless these guys are really good at playing cruisers, we're probably going to be able to fuck them up without taking any damage. Or minimal damage. We could think about getting B, but these guys could push us and wreck us, so we don't really have that play right now. That's a Maz. We can't push into the Maz in the smoke with him knowing we're there. What we can do is wait for him to shoot and then torp that spot point blank. Now, if he's got the sonar on right now, he might spot us and wreck us. It's kind of the one situation where the kid's not necessarily the top. But if he doesn't have the sonar up, we could maybe fuck him up by the time anyone on his team notices. Oh, there it is. So we should die right here, if they know what they're doing.
Critical engine damage. Problem solved, sir. Smoke generators. Поддержите союзный корабль. The ship is on fire. Critical engine damage.
That's a pretty good example why you don't want to push a smoked up sonar cruiser.
Engine boost deactivated.
Oh, looks like he's going to give us some damage back.
Smoke screen set. Problem solved, sir.
Let's see here. No. Fuck. Oofda. Ah, fuck, because I gotta turn through this gap here. Let's see if he spots me or not. Wow, I can't believe we're alive. Get a little closer to this island. We want to kill the Maz. Oh, that's a tough... Fuck. Let's see what happens. We got one shell through there. I think we got this game if we can kill these destroyers. Problem is this battleship's completely isolated and I just don't... I think he's gonna go down. Let's see. I need this cruiser to come help me. Got no heals. There goes the King George. It's not a surprise. So we got the shot off before he can get his guns on. That's kind of the advantage you have if you're the one attacking, is you can get the opening shots off. Oh, he's coming in. Chekov's doing a pretty good job back there shooting these guys. Alright. Shit! Alright, they've cleared the east. Let's see if these guys turn around, because that's going to be the key. Look at that. What the fuck? That's what you call a widespread. Alright, so Lightning's about half health. He could take us. I think the Maz is pretty damn low. C-23, finish him, dude. So if we kill the Lightning and Maz goes down, then they don't have anything that can really comfortably push the bases, and they need to push the bases. Fuck that. Oh, here he is. I thought it was just the Gneisenau spotting me. We're gonna hold on to that engine just a second. So we want to get enough giddy up to get away from the torps that we think are coming. If he goes down, Maz should be about to go down over there. There we go. That's a pretty good job. I mean, huge credit to the Ochakov shooting those destroyers. That kept me alive. And that's, if you can get someone on your team to support you as the destroyer player, that's usually going to be the what's tipping the thing in your favor. Yeah, again, we just got to keep them out of A and B, so we don't have to do anything too wild here. Once this Odin spots them, we can just drop smoke, gun these guys. What we don't want to do is push this Gneiss now aggressively and start losing ships over here. That has no strategic importance. I mean, you want to kill the ships, yes, but you don't want to kill yourself at this point in time. They're playing for, they got to kill everyone. We've had cap control far too long. They can't win on score at this point. Yeah, pretty good match for the team there. Those are much more fun games when your team's actually doing what they need to do. Hey, Dragos, how you doing?
Engine boost deactivated. Our victory is in sight.
Pretty good kid game. Yeah, that game you could easily say, what the heck, you only had 40k, but, you know, we're getting the caps, we're killing the destroyers. We didn't even cap anything. So, I mean, from a pure scoring perspective, didn't do that much, but pretty much all of our damage was against the destroyers, and that's the most valuable damage in terms of scoring. So, I think that'll do it for me today, guys. We had a pretty good session. Appreciate everyone hanging out. Yeah, we'll try and get some coverage up on the carriers as soon as we can here. Let's see. We had Bugsby, we got Perstorm, we got Carlos, Eli, Doped Wookie, and Mario all coming in with the donos. Appreciate that, guys. Pretty efficient team, yeah. I mean, that's what a team where, or that's what a game with a team that's trying to win feels like compared to one where they're just sitting in the back looking through the binoculars. Much more entertaining to play, much more fun to play, and kind of a contested outcome until very deep in the end of the game. Great hanging out with you guys. I definitely agree there. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button before you go, that does help the stream live on in YouTube's eyes. 151 likes. Appreciate that. If we get it up to 200 before we go, that'd be appreciated. Yeah, let's check the results. I feel like we did all right. We had a couple bad games in terms of opportunities to win, but overall pretty good. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 8 and 2, 9 and 3, 10 and 4, 11 and 5, 12, 13 and 5. So that's pretty good. Let's see what that comes out to. 13 out of 18. Yeah, 72% solo win rate, so we'll take that. Not bad for an individual session. Hope carriers don't wreck everything. Yeah, fingers crossed, definitely. We'll see how it goes, but they gotta know that they're playing with fire, I would think. So, as long as it didn't depart too far from what we saw during the test, I think we'll be all right. If they went hog wild with the damage on the carriers, then we could be fucked. But we'll find out. So anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. Good to see y'all. Hope you